Hello friends, didn't see you sitting there. Welcome to the pond at AMVET's Post 23. This is kind of my office away from the office. I got me a delicious freezy drink. And I've come today to talk to you about some stuff that's going on around Blackford County. So obviously I'm not going to get it all into this short little video, but last week I kept posting and we had so much going on. We kept adding things and adding things. So I just wanted to take a quick moment, kind of catch up on some stuff that we've seen and done, and let you know about some stuff that's coming up. So if you missed the Hartford City Adult After Prom, Hartford City Chamber of Commerce Adult After Prom, that was sponsored by the Chamber and our sponsorship partners for 2025 at the Waters of Hartford City. I want to thank Max Richardson for all of his support, not just on the Chamber board and with the Chamber events, but with everything we have going on with the directory and in Blackford County. The leadership there at the Chamber, they brought Ciron, that's my company if you didn't know, on at the beginning of the year to help out, and I've been helping with some promotion and outreach. If you haven't heard from the Chamber this year, reach out to me directly. I want to talk to you. If you were a member in the past and want to know what's going on, what's changed, I'd be glad to talk to you about that as well. I am going to have, this is the big announcement I'm breaking today, our next Lunch and Learn. If you haven't heard about that, the very first one was yesterday. Follow-up meeting from our What's Up 24/7 presentation at the last small business meeting. This was an opportunity for a little more hands-on, some time to sit down with me, some time to sit down with What's Up 24/7 founder John Dockery was in the house with his staff. We shot some video yesterday that's going to be used in some training and promotion materials coming up. If you haven't heard about What's Up 24/7, if you didn't make it to the last small business meeting, or if you missed out on the Lunch and Learn yesterday, reach out to me on that as well. You can put it in the comments here or send me a message, email the Chamber, email the directory, message the sports guy. I honestly don't care how you guys get a hold of me. All those emails, all those phone numbers, all those websites come back to this little cheap Walmart phone that's currently propped up with 2 chip clips to shoot this video. So I'm not doing this one live. I want to test out the sound. When I do those live videos, the camera is just so close to my face. Nobody wants to see that. You'd much rather see the waving American flag and the beautiful beach down here at AMVET's Pond. Flags are all out on the Spirit of 23, their little pontoon boat that just floats around with the flags all day. Tell you what, most people don't even know this is back here, but if you're a member of AMVET's Post 23, this is one of the biggest benefits of membership, is having access to this property. And just, I'm not fishing, that they're not even open till 2 o'clock, so I'm just hanging out here enjoying one of the benefits of membership. I am also the public relations officer for Hartford City Sons of AMVET Squadron 23. And Ron Kanzler was elected on Sunday as the new commander for the Sons of the AMVETs. I'm looking forward to working with him in this next year and getting some more word out there about this organization and what they do. Just the end of April was the annual Watchfire event. A lot of folks came out. We saw some faces here that we'd never seen before, which is great, but we were also missing a lot of familiar faces. That event's been going on for well over a quarter of a century. And it's had lots of groups involved, but AMVET's Post 23 has been its home for quite some time. And in this post-pandemic, all that stuff, everything's really getting ramped back up to full production for some of our events. With good news this year, the Montpelier Jamboree is going to be back on Labor Day weekend. So that's still coming up this year. But yeah, mark your calendars for next year for the Watchfire here at the AMVETs. It's all in memorial to prisoners of war and missing in action. We also have a Friday night dedication at our monument for all veterans. It's a really great weekend. People are invited to come out for one event or the whole thing. So if you missed that, you really missed out. It was great this year. The weather was great. We do it rain or shine. We don't always have great weather. There's some stuff coming up really soon, like tomorrow. So tomorrow is Thursday, and I'm going to be up at Thrifty Sounds at 3 o'clock, actually a little bit before that, to do some live video of folks lining up We had 3 members of Alice Cooper's band coming to join us. I just did a live video on the Blackford Directory page, so I'm not going to go real far on that right now, but JD Concessions will be there, free autographs from 3 to 4, and if you want to skip the line, they'll have some VIP tickets available. I want to thank Tim Lee again for asking the Blackford Directory to be involved in that project. I brought a drink this time. I got a little winded downtown walking and talking, and I knew this was going to take a few minutes. So tomorrow's Thursday, and in addition to the big news at Thrifty Sounds in downtown Hartford City, Montpelier has some big news. Tomorrow is the opening at Frosty's. Frosties, formerly Nummies, will reopen under the name Frosty's with new ownership. They open at 11:30 tomorrow, and I'll put the details in the comments, but I believe that Ryan and the folks from the Montpelier Chamber have a ribbon cutting, something special scheduled at noon tomorrow. So if any of our friends from the Blackford County Small Business Group, Hartford City Chamber of Commerce, Blackford Directory, just everybody come out tomorrow. I'm going to be there. I think Max is going to try to join me. Um, we were going to celebrate all of the businesses in Blackford County, old and new, and in this case, an old business that's coming back anew. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. I'm going to do probably a live video up there, either on the directory or the chamber page. And then tomorrow evening, I'll be returning to Montpelier for the monthly Amateur Radio Club meeting. If you guys aren't familiar with the Blackford County Amateur Radio Club, they're kind of getting some renewal in their organization right now. They have a new Facebook group. If you haven't found that, do a quick internet search or just go to the Blackford Directory. I've been sharing the heck out of their stuff too. So if you're interested in amateur radio, or if you don't know anything about amateur radio, or if you're interested in getting the ARC involved with your next event, I'm going to be there talking to them about logistics for several upcoming events, some committees that I'm already involved with, finding out some ways that we can connect our amateur radio operators with the organizations in the community that can really benefit from their knowledge and technology. Um, I'm a big fan. I'm not a ham operator. I am a big fan of what they do. These guys have been on the forefront of almost any new wireless technology, from cell phones to you name it. So, and the hobby as a whole, not our specific group in Blackford County. However, they chat with people from all over the world, and are really knowledgeable on this subject. I reached out to them last year. Chad Sullivan was at the 4-H fair representing the group, and I talked to him about some stuff I had going on with Fourth Fridays. I talked to Greg Bance multiple times with some advice on FM and some advice on some communication systems that we can use for these small events, like Watchfire, like Fourth Fridays. So if you're even mildly interested in the hobby, or if you're mildly interested in the group, show up to one of their meetings. I visited once before, maybe twice, and they were just such a welcoming group. They're really invested in their hobby, and they're really invested in educating and helping other people that are interested. So that's all going on tomorrow. Thrifty Sounds, the ribbon cutting at Frosty's, and the ARC meeting in Montpelier tomorrow night. Uh, I'm probably going to edit this video before I post it, because there's tons of stuff to talk about. We got some stuff coming up here pretty soon with the Chamber of Commerce. This year we're doing 2 bowling tournaments. Last year there was some frustration because our bowling lane or bowling alley has 12 lanes, and there were a lot of people that wanted to participate. Uh, we thank all of our lane sponsors, and we're going to do some really special promotions for our lane sponsors this year. So if you're a lane sponsor for one of our 2 bowling tournaments, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, or our golf tournament, um, we're going to have some special PR going out, not just through the Chamber of Commerce page, but also on the directory and Shop Blackford. We really want to recognize the sponsors, not just what the Chamber's doing, but I got a little closer look at that. But these are the same folks that sponsor everything in this town, from youth sports to music programs. When you guys see these sponsors on my post, I always try to tag them. So if it comes up on your phone or your computer as a different color text, usually it'll say like Thrifty Sounds, and it'll show it in a bold black or a dark blue, depending on your app. Click on those. When we talk about our sponsors, the reason I tag them is so you can easily find them. Even if you're not interested in their product or what their services, hop over to their page, give them a follow, show them some support. If you don't want to see their updates or give them a follow, just make a quick little comment, put it in their mention section and say, hey, I'm not interested in what you do, but I'm very supportive of, the baseball team that my kid was on that you sponsored, or the choir program that I saw your logo printed in. These are the kind of things that I'm telling you, I meet with these folks every day, and it will take you worlds farther than just showing up with a form letter. Or honestly, some of the folks soliciting for donations don't even really know what it goes for. So if you can just take that extra moment at the event, after the event, snap a picture, um, tag your sponsors. If you don't know how to tag your sponsors, send me a message, and I'll help you, or I'll tag them in the comments for you. Uh, I do a lot of social media. People think all I do is social media. I do a lot of social media, but social media is really just a small piece of Searon and a small piece of the directory. I'm out here boots on the ground every day talking to entrepreneurs, talking to businesses that have been here for 50 years, talking to people who are hoping to start a business next year. I'm talking to event organizers who are with organizations that have been around for a half a century, and I'm talking to people who are trying to start something brand new. There's a lot of excitement going on in Blackford County right now. If you're missing it, you're not paying attention, or you're at least not following the Blackford Directory. If you hear me talk about some of this stuff, or if you hear me say, hey, I'm really excited about this, I don't say I'm really excited about something if I'm not. I'm not going to waste my time. I have plenty of community demands. I'm not going to waste my time talking about something that I'm not interested in. And the cool thing about the directory is it's not driven by sponsors, it's not driven by grants, it's not driven by outside organizations. It's whatever I'm interested in, and I'm not trying to build an audience of 1 million people. I'm not trying to change hearts and minds. I'm trying to find people who have the same interests that I do and bring the things to you that you're interested in. And one of those things ought to be the people that are paying for all these cool things in our community. So take a moment, thank your sponsors. When you see me do those tags in my posts, take a second, even just put it in the comments there. If you're not sure how to do it, I'll do my best to get this information to the people that need to see it. So um, that's what I got to say there. A lot of this is circling back to the Blackford Directory over and over again, and you guys have probably heard that name in the last 3 or 4 years lots of times, especially in the last 24 months, and maybe don't know what it's all about. So the Blackford Directory brings a huge amount of free resources, not just to businesses in Blackford County, but nonprofits, volunteer boards, if event planners. If you've got something going on in this community or in the surrounding communities, because the Blackford Directory covers Eaton, it covers Upland, Pennville, and the parts of Dunkirk that aren't in Blackford County. So if you're in one of those surrounding areas and you hear Blackford County over and over, remember, you're part of the Blackford Directory too, and more than welcome at any of my events. I personally sent messages out in the groups in Eaton and Upland, Pennville, Dunkirk. I If you live here, if you shop here, if your kids do sports here, not we don't all live and work in the same places that we play. And so if you work here, I want you to come back to play here. If you live here and don't work here, it's real easy. I worked in Yorktown for a long time, and it's real easy to see, oh, this is going on at Morris Meadow. When I get off work, I'm going to go check it out. But not necessarily think about, oh, this is going on 30 minutes after I get off work in Hartford City. Maybe I'll go check it out. Those are, I'm guilty of it as much as anybody else. And it's kind of a mindset. It's something we're trying to change. There's something going on in this community every single week. And I used to say every week except the wintertime. And the wintertime used to be when I could edit some of these videos and do these bigger projects. This year it didn't quit. We had in the fall, Fourth Fridays wrapped up in October, Barnage Carnage. We had the awards banquet for the chamber, and went right into Christmas. And I thought, we're doing, I shot Blackford, big shot Blackford promotion, and we are trying to get all of that out and really help our small businesses that were struggling at the end of 2024. And I thought, New Year's Day, I'm going to have 3 months to just sit back and relax and get real deep into some of these projects. And that didn't happen this year. Last year on the events page, there were weeks where, we had maybe 2 or 3 things that were listed that were going on that were specific to a group or an organization. And this year, bam, bam, bam. Even some Saturdays, we've had 3, 4, 5 events going on in one day. Um, and even tomorrow's a Thursday. And on one Thursday afternoon, we've got 3 things going on that we just talked about. So uh, come back to the directory. Like I said, if it's not in your favorites, add it. I do have an email list for the directory. I don't use it a lot because a lot of that stuff gets filtered to your spam and your email. But be sure to subscribe to the Hartford City Chamber of Commerce email list. If you get an email from me, it's almost always going to come from their constant contact account, just because it does keep it out of the spam boxes. It's one of my benefits of working with them is to help not just get that information out to the chamber members, but to all Blackford County businesses, to all prospective members, to all citizens and consumers that aren't citizens that are traveling here for work or leisure. We've been talking a lot in the past few months about Blackford County Haunted and Paranormal, or Haunted and Paranormal Blackford County. That is a new initiative I've been working on for about 2 years, and it wasn't something that was ready to launch. But our friends from Flyer Paranormal were here a couple of weeks ago, hanging out at the coffee shop, and they were just interviewing citizens before their investigation about the history of the town, about stories from that particular property, and they gave me the opportunity to go live. So a lot of these things aren't really being pushed by my agenda or what I want to do. They're being pushed by the need in the community. We launched I Shop Blackford a year early because folks were struggling last year going into the holiday retail season, and all of our businesses that benefited from Fourth Friday and had that extra attention. After those events were over, we went into the prime shopping season without that connection, and so I Shop Blackford was just a great way to bring all of the local businesses to one place to provide information. And whatever you guys post in I Shop Blackford, if you're a retail or a service or a nonprofit business, or in Blackford County Eats, if you're an eatery or a nonprofit doing fundraiser meals, that's my primary source of information that goes out on the directory, that goes out on Tim the Non-Sports Guy, that goes out on I Shop Blackford, that goes out on Shop Blackford, that goes out even on the Hartford City Chamber of Commerce. So if you're a business owner or manager in Blackford County and you're not utilizing the Blackford Directory, it's a free resource. There's no 6 months trial and then you get charged. All of that is funded by Ciron Resource Partners. That's my company. My wife and I, Anna Norris. You'll never get a bill for this stuff. I'm not going to hit you up for sponsorships. If you hear me talking about sponsorships, it's almost always for somebody else's event. When Anna and I put on an event, we sponsor it 100% ourselves with Ciron. Uh, I'm not a journalist. I don't call what I do on the directory news. I don't have 24/7 access to all this stuff. Uh, but it is an information page, and I really want everything there to feel unbiased. I want everything there to feel like um, it is what it is. It's an extension of my personal interests, the things that I find interesting in this town, or the things that I think you might find interesting, or is in deserving of our support. So if there's something in our community that you feel is deserving of my support or your support, tag the Blackford Directory, or Tim TNSG is the shortest tag to get Tim the Non-Sports Guy, and I get notifications for all that. If you want to see your stuff on some of these platforms, that's the easiest way. Go participate in Blackford County Eats, that's a group, or go participate in I Shop Blackford, that's the other group. So eateries in Blackford County Eats, everybody else in I Shop Blackford. And I can easily get that information. Those are both public groups. Everything there can be shared. So when you post or share something there, I can immediately get it out on 6 or 7 other avenues of communication, um, and try to help promote what you're doing. The flip side of that is a lot of you guys are getting promotion from the Blackford Directory, and it doesn't cost a dime, and we're more than glad to do it for free. The only thing I ever really ask in return is you do the same thing for fellow business owners, for fellow organizations. If you think that I like everybody I work with, you are sadly mistaken. Honestly, me and my imaginary dog over here, we don't really like many people at all. I mean, we don't. But we love our community and we really like what's going on here. I've taken a break from a lot of the other things that I'm doing because I have a really unique opportunity. There's this time going on right now where we have all these groups working together: the Hartford City Chamber of Commerce, the Blackford Directory, Blackford County Small Business Group. I'm doing collaborations with all kinds of groups this year. From um, the Small Business Group is one of my favorites. If you're not coming to those meetings, you need to check it out. We added the lunch and learn, so if your schedule doesn't allow you to come to the meetings in the evening, at least once a month you have an opportunity for face-to-face time with me or the other leaders from these organizations to say, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is who we are as a business and how we want to be represented. And obviously, we're not an advertising company, we can't do everything for you, but 90% of what I do is just connecting people in our community with other people in our community. And then I get my nose out of it. I The Blackford Directory is what I want to be doing. So if you see me out doing these other things, it's all to the end of getting everybody to work together, to getting all this information into one place. So when you guys go to the Blackford Directory, you can find out the hours of operation for a business that are accurate. You can find out the upcoming events that are complete. Not everybody does Facebook, and nobody goes to websites anymore. I'm building this great, beautiful website in my mind that I want to share with you all, and instead I've got kind of this placeholder website because nobody really goes there. I mean, they go there to find stuff, but everything that's there is a link somewhere else. I'm not trying to steal your thunder. I don't want, if you need help, I'll host your information on the Blackford Directory. Barnage Carnage websites through there. Fourth Friday registration, all that stuff's through there. Any of these projects or events, if you don't really need to build that infrastructure for one day a year or for 1 week a year, we can help with that, and it doesn't cost anything. Just reach out to me. So all of these things I do sound like one giant commercial for the Blackford Directory, which it kind of is, but the Blackford Directory doesn't make me a dime. It actually costs me a ton of freaking money. So use it, utilize it. I've been accused of playing favorites. Even put out a big long rant a couple months ago about that. Am I biased? Absolutely. If you're a business in Blackford County, an organization in Blackford County, or you're an individual in Blackford County, and you're accentuating the positive things, if you're promoting other businesses, if you're sponsoring and supporting these other organizations, first off, you're going to come up in the feed more often anyway. But second off, I'm going to spend a little more time and energy promoting what you're doing because that's what the directory is all about. It's about getting us all to work together, getting us all in one place. And honestly, I have people come up to me and say, how can you work with them? Or why do you work with them? Or how can you support that? Or why do you support that? And I say it all the time. I post it in my social media. I say it at meetings. You guys hear it so often, it's become cliche. And when I say we all do better when we all do better, that's not a slogan. I mean, that's not making me any money. That's not some genius marketing thing. It's the philosophy that all this is built on. It's the idea that if I want my business to do better in this community, that's going to happen naturally when this community does better. And I've got a whole group of leaders here in the community: business owners, ministers, volunteers, parents, coaches, people who want this. They don't want their kids to go to college and move away. They want the hometown lifestyle. And Tim the Non-Sports Guy has been around a lot longer than Blackford Directory or Shop Blackford, but that's what that's all about. And it's even got a little bit bigger reach, about 30 miles around Blackford County. Um, and that's all about promoting the livability of being in a small town. A lot of us did leave our hometown and we did commute to the city and we did go to all these places and, whatever. And a lot of us came back. And there's a whole trend, not just of folks that left and came back, but folks that were kind of disenfranchised. They didn't like what was going on here. They didn't like what was going on in leadership. They didn't like what was going on in organizations. So they quit. They quit paying attention. They quit reading. They quit participating. They quit volunteering. They quit sponsoring. And that's okay. I'm not telling anybody what to do. What I'm trying to do here is take all the best things that we have in our community and put them in one place, and then you can go and choose. You may only have an hour a month to donate. You get to choose, where do I want to contribute that? Where can I have the most impact? These are the decisions I have to make every day in all of these platforms. So if you do see stuff from one organization or one group or one business more than the other, that happens all the time. It's going to continue to happen. The other reason for that is some of you are lousy at social media. I can only share what you post, and I sure don't have time to generate content on your behalf. If you're interested in me generating content on your behalf, contact Ciron Resource Partners. That is my for-profit business, and I'm not accepting new clients right now, but when we get back to that stage, I'll gladly take your check. So in the meantime, I want everybody to utilize these free resources. Um, I want everybody to come out to these events, even if it's something that you're not maybe especially excited about or think you will be. You're going to be surprised when you get out there. I don't think anybody who hadn't been to the Hartford City Chamber of Commerce after prom event before was very surprised of what it was. It was a fun, casual night. Anybody who didn't make it out to the Small Business Bonfire Bash a couple weekends ago at PK Heating and Cooling, put up a little video of that on social media. I think it's on our YouTube channel too. Blackford Directory TV. If you're not subscribed to Blackford Directory TV, sometimes I spend 20 or 30 hours editing one of these videos to get 13 or 14 views. Probably half of those are mine. So if you guys haven't checked out Blackford Directory TV, there's not a ton of original content there, but there's some giant playlists. And I want to talk about two of them and then I'll move on. The rest of them you can discover on your own. One is called Videos from Other Channels, or Videos from All Channels. It was actually renamed lately. And it's just like, I don't know, 60, 70 videos. Some of them are new, some of them are old, that celebrate our community or show a place in Hartford City or Montpelier or Blackford County that you maybe never seen inside of before or maybe didn't even know existed. One of the videos that's there that I'd encourage you guys to watch is the bridge installation. Right now on Ambets Drive, if we stood up real tall, we could just about see the disc golf course from here. Just to the east of Kings Park, often called Watersworks Park, is the new disc golf course. And there's been a lot of discussion. If you missed Tyler Hunt's interview on the Squatch and Ashley show, go back and watch that. It's posted in the group. It's also shared here on the directory if you want to do a quick search. The video on our YouTube channel is a little old. It was the day that the bridge was set in place. So we're going on 2 years now since that step of the project was completed. But there's a real good interview segment at the beginning of that came from Monica's live videos from the city. And I kind of pasted those together with some drone footage, some video that Anna and I took out on site, and some still pictures from people involved. That's also a great way to see all of the different entities that it takes to make even a project like that happen. From the students that came from the program here at our high school, to the labor union that sponsored a bunch of the educational part of that. Tons of people donated their time and labor to make this happen. Too many to recognize on this video, but their logos and infos all interlaced throughout that video when their scenes come up. So even if you're not interested in frisbees or a new park or disc golf as a sport, go check out that video. Go and see all it takes to make something like this happen in our little town, and all the people that are working their butts off to make sure that it does happen. Um, on the directory, the other playlist I want to talk about is called Haunted and Paranormal Blackford County. So the Haunted and Paranormal Blackford County website, hauntedandparanormalblackfordcounty.com, and the Haunted and Paranormal Blackford County Facebook group, facebook.com/Haunted Paranormal Blackford County, are all reflections of that playlist. We have people come from all over the country and all over the world to visit our sites at the Old Blackford County Jail, some of the other Save the Old Properties assets like the Randolph County Asylum, which isn't too far away, and the Monroe House, which has become world famous as a haunted attraction. I came back here because it was quiet. Now it's getting a little noisy, so I'll keep this going until I can't, and then we'll cut the video. But the Haunted and Paranormal Blackford County playlist on Blackford Directory TV is none of my videos. These are videos I've collected from all over the internet that show the assets here in Blackford County that bring in paranormal tourism. Now, whether you believe in ghosts or not, and again, this is echoing of a big long rant post I put up a few weeks ago, a lot of people have said, why in the world, out of all of the people you could market to, out of all of the opportunities that you have, Tim, why in the world are you talking about ghost hunters? Here's the reason. We already have a huge paranormal tourism industry in Blackford County. It existed without the help of me. It existed without the help of the chamber. It has existed without the help of the small business group. This is an industry that has basically built itself and never really got much love from us. I say us as, whoever, as leaders in the community. We don't have a hotel yet. So, two of my big pushes in 2025, starting all the way back with the February networking event, was to talk about how can we make families and students at Taylor feel more welcome in Hartford City and Blackford County, and also what can we do to promote paranormal tourism in Blackford County. And the reason that those two groups were chosen specifically is I don't have to house them. We've had plans in the works for years to get a hotel in Blackford County. Things were moving along pretty well, I thought, at one point, and apparently some setbacks. But I've talked to folks from the county, folks from the city. Everybody wants a hotel here. Everybody wants to make that happen. Obviously, it's not going to happen overnight, but until it does, we still have these huge missed opportunities for people that are coming into our town. Once we have the hotel, that opens up a whole other set of possibilities that too much for this video. We'll get back to. But in the meantime, as businesses, as organizations that support businesses, we all need to be looking, who are these groups that we can be marketing to? The Frisbee Golf Course is a great example, and also our Blackford Youth Baseball, Blackford Youth Softball, Montpelier Youth Baseball, and our high school sports. They bring people into this community, not just from the surrounding towns, but for tournaments, for inter-school play, sometimes from miles and miles around. Our conferences are weird in high school. So sometimes we have people traveling, over an hour to get here for an event, but we're not really helping them to stay here. So those are people that are coming no matter what, whether they have a place to stay overnight or whether they're staying somewhere else. In the case of our paranormal investigators, a lot of times they're spending the night in the property, in the asset. So this is an opportunity we have. We can still sell them fuel. We can still sell them food. We can still sell them coffee. We can still sell them Blackford County. And maybe the next time they come back won't be for a paranormal investigation. Maybe it'll be for the Montpelier Jamboree, or maybe it'll be for one of the other events that we have coming up. Some big concerts on the line for 2025, and even bigger on the line for 2026. If you guys haven't heard some of the upcoming things going on, I'm not even going to put a teaser out here. Just go back and scroll through the page, have a good look. There's so much planned for next year, so much that foundations are being laid this year for next year. The Flavor Savor Food Festival, we haven't talked about that yet. That's coming up on June 21st. June 21st, 2025. Flavor Imperium. Franny, if you guys don't know about her company, her products, you can try her products out. They're for sale at Hartford City Meat and Deli. They carry them all the time. Hartford City Meat and Deli, along with Who's Your Coffee. Lots of other folks are getting involved with this. And again, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole on this video. Go to Flavor Imperium, or go to Flavor and Savor Food Festival, or go to Flavor and Savor Food Festival 2025, or of course just go to the Blackford Directory, and we're going to tell you all about it. Blackford County Eats is going to have a tent there, and we've actually expanded it. We've doubled the size of our tent, and we're going to do Blackford County Eats and the Hartford City Chamber of Commerce in one tent. I'm going to have some giveaway items. I'm going to have business cards, brochures. If you're a Blackford County business and you're not going to have your own tent at the event, get with me between now and then, and I'll make sure you're represented in the chamber tent. In the Blackford County Eats tent, we're going to be celebrating throughout the month of June, from June 1st to June 21st, all the eateries in Blackford County. This is a collaboration between the Flavor and Savor Food Festival and Blackford County Eats. Franny and I are going to try to visit as many of the eateries that sign up personally. I'm going to try to do at least one or two a day for the 21 days leading up to Flavor and Savor, and highlight, there's more than 3 drive-thrus in this county. And if you just take a moment to look on Blackford County Eats or look on the Blackford Directory, there's a great meal being served tonight at the Hartford City American Legion. They're open to the public every Wednesday. They have their treasure hunt or Queen of Hearts drawing. That's a progressive game. You don't have to gamble. You don't have to drink. You can just come up. Ann and I go up every other Wednesday and have a Diet Mountain Dew and a great meal. The reason we're only there every other Wednesday is because every Wednesday at at the Elks Lodge here in Hartford City, they have bingo. We also don't play bingo, but every other Wednesday when we're not at the American Legion, we visit the Elks Lodge here and have a meal, have a Diet Mountain Dew, and whatever Franny's cooking out there that night. There's lots of opportunities outside the traditional restaurant eatery that we need to be celebrating. If you've got something coming up, if it's a fundraiser for baseball, if you're doing a special meal at concessions, if you're having a lemonade stand, for real, let me know. Blackford County Eats is all about celebrating what we have to eat in Blackford County. We do not have to drive to Gas City. We do not have to drive to Marion. We do not have to drive to Muncie to have a nice meal. And when our friends from Obie's get opened up downtown, we'll have even one more opportunity. So we've seen lots going on in the restaurant front this year with the opening of Rivera's and soon to be opening at Obie's. Obie's food truck has already been in Hartford City a couple times this year. So even if you're still waiting for that big opening, there's plenty of opportunities. And of course, you can visit their Marion store, but again, there's plenty of great places to eat right here in Blackford County, and we're trying to promote all of them. So if you have maybe some place that's not on my radar or something that's coming up soon, we're going to have all the coverage for. We just finished up with Heritage Days. I try to do a live video every night and try to eat there every night so we can focus some things or give some focus to these things for our audience. The 4-H fair's coming up. We're going to be anytime the anytime the Blackford County Extension homemakers are cooking, I'm going to be there. I paid my dues at the Elks just so I can eat Fran's cooking more often. For real, like and it's a great organization, and you should all be a member. But even if you're not attracted by their philanthropy and all the other wonderful things they do in our community, join so you can go eat some more of Franny's cooking. It is delicious. Like these are the grassroots things. These are get on your phone, make a video like this. I'll share it. I promise. Tag me in it. Like if it's promoting our community in a positive light, I do not want to be the poster boy for this. I want to be the kid hanging out behind my computer screen with my imaginary dog, enjoying all of this through the lens of your camera. And thanks to my friends like Don Rogers and Ranger Ted. Hey, Ranger Ted, saying hi to Ted McCammon, our northern correspondent. I've I've got lots of photos to share with you guys and a lot of things that I personally can't make it out for. So if you're one of those citizen contributors to the directory or anything else I do, thank you. If you're a professional photographer, you know, like Don, who normally gets paid for this stuff, he offers his services to Blackford County for free every single day through the Don R. Rogers photography page, and especially through Tim the Non-Sports Guy. We share the heck out of stuff over there. Don was our photographer for the adult after prom last Saturday. Came out, did that 100% free of charge for everybody. Even offered a discount for anybody that wanted printed tickets or digital copies. If you were at the event and didn't get to order from Don, reach out to him, reach out to me. You want to make sure you can get some print copies of that if you want to celebrate with your family, or get digital copies for your social media. But yeah, if you're a baseball mom and you're taking baseball pictures, let me know. We want to get that out. If you're involved with the local youth sports, you're probably already wearing 2 or 3 hats. But if you have a chance, get some pictures up and get them to your organizers that run your Facebook page, and we'll share them. Or if it's time sensitive and you don't have time to go through all that rigmarole, just send them to me and say, hey, Tim, we got to get this up. You know, I'm crowdsourcing all this information, even including a lot of the video content you see on Blackford Directory TV. Is Jared Kitchen. He's given me tons of stuff. Don Rogers, Anna Norris, they've given me pictures and videos for almost every project. Monica with the city of Hartford City, she lets me use the footage, edit the footage from all of the city's live videos to help promote this stuff. So, you know, this is really I don't like to call it citizen journalism or any of that. I don't know, there's some buzzwords that just have a lot of negative connotation. This is community. I just call it community. If you're a member of this community and you value it, show it off. There's enough negative stuff about our town on the internet. I don't need to share that. There's problems everywhere. Um, I definitely want to be a part of the solution, but I'm not going to have it fixed by 5 o'clock tonight, and we still need to know who's serving chicken and noodles this week. So help me get the big news out so I can go back to sharing chicken noodle dinners and some fun stuff like that. I'm sure you've already been listening for close to a half hour now. Anybody that's still tuning in, give yourself a gold star in the comments. And anybody that's tuned out by now, I totally understand. I'll put a little summary and the comments are up at the top of this video to let you know what we're talking about. Have a great day.